Dharam, welcome. I'm namaste, so happy to have you. So just a little background on Dharam. He is an IT professional and a STEM educator, social entrepreneur. He is a co-founder of STEAM Vision. And the way our paths crossed was that I think STEAM Vision has been running Technovation, but I came across some pitch videos from Technovation teams in Ladakh. And for those of you who don't know Ladakh, it's an extremely remote area in northern India in the Himalayas. Himalayas are the tallest mountains in the world, and Ladakh is one of the highest altitude regions where people live, consistently above 10,000 feet, not at all easy, only accessible by airplane. And so it was extremely surprising that firstly Technovation was there, but only because of people like Dharam. So Dharam, welcome. Thank you so much for all what you do. So tell us what COVID has been like for your community. And we were just talking about the communities that you're working in very, very remote areas like Assam, Ladakh, and of course, Delhi and so forth. So tell us more.
Thank you, ma'am, for this great opportunity to interact with you. And the whole world is facing challenges in this COVID time, same here in India. We lost many people in our families and our relations. Few of our students also lost their parents, and it is very challenging. But during this challenging time, we came up with many innovative ideas also to keep engaging students in their learning of innovation and entrepreneurship. We have many transformation stories we came across during this journey.
Yeah, and I know, like, I think I was reading a very hard article in the New York Times about how so many children in India have been made orphans by COVID, and so tell us a little bit more about which areas, which schools you've been working, and maybe for those who don't know the map of India, you can tell us where all you're working.
We are working. We are located in Delhi, in the central India, basically in the capital of the India. And but we are managing our chapters in Ladakh, in Assam, and in Delhi itself, and in Madhya Pradesh, and many of our social outreaches basically all over India. And during this COVID pandemic, as we made our sessions online across in every state, we have some students.
And how did you reach Assam? I'm very curious, and maybe then we can go into the story of Ladakh. I know I can understand Delhi because you are based in Delhi, but how did you reach Assam and which parts of Assam? I'm going to pull up the map of India. So you tell me which city in Assam or which
Yes,
region.
sir. It's a Parvatipur near Lakhimpur, in the Lakhimpur district. There is a area Parvatipur, and there is a school Bhaskar Sanskar Kendra, and the founder of that school is very basically he dedicated his life with his wife to mentor teach those students. And when we came in contact with him, we offered our STEAM activities to that school, and we are having some online sessions with that school in early morning because there is internet connectivity is very low, and in the morning it's very it's unfeasible.
And I was trying to look it up on the map. So which is the closest city?
Basically, it's nearby Arunachal Pradesh.
Oh, I see.
Arunachal Pradesh, another state, Arunachal Pradesh, and there is a district Lakhimpur.
Oh, I'm trying to see where it is. Lakhimpur. Oh, there we go.
Yes,
Um,
this one, this one.
so if you go here, oh, and I know, so it's next to this big, that's the Brahmaputra River, isn't it?
Yes, Parvatipur.
Oh, Parvati.
Parvatipur.
Wow. And this is a very densely, um, there are dense jungles here, right? Like this is not an easy place to get to.
Yes, ma'am.
So so how did you, so you reached out to this couple, or how did it come about?
This chapter we connected them in the lockdown period. Therefore, we are
I
doing
see.
our online activities with them. But the founder of the school, Bhaskar Sanskar Kendra, is from Pune, Maharashtra,
I see.
and he dedicated his life with his wife. He went there in Assam and opened a school for free education those students.
Hmm.
And now we are trying to give some STEM-based activities to inspire them for innovation and research-based things.
Yeah, and let us know if there's any way in which we can help. I know, like, internet access is number one, but number two is connecting students with mentors, right? Who encourage them, teach them, support them. And then tell us how you got connected to the school in Ladakh. And I'll bring up the map for people.
Yes. In Ladakh, there is a city Choglamsar, and in Choglamsar there is a school BVN Bharatiya Vidya Niketan.
Let me see if you. Where is Ladakh? Yeah, there we go. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Wow, look at that. Right at the very, like, right in the mountains. So then, did you go there?
In Leh there is a
Mm-hmm.
Choglamsar, and there is a school Bharatiya Vidya Niketan, and one another school Mahabodhi International School, and we have made a team of some students from both the schools, and we visited there and do some activities 2 or 3 times a year before lockdown. But during lockdown, as their internet connection is very low there, therefore we started some online activities. But due to net connectivity, we didn't get Zoom interaction like we are doing in metro cities. Then we came across the idea of audio message in WhatsApp. Mentors send the audio messages on the WhatsApp. The message will take around 2 to 3 hours to reach them,
Oh my gosh.
and they prepare some activities like paper prototyping and some ideas and design on the different art and craft, and they make some videos on their villages, and then they go to some army camp areas where internet is little good,
Mm.
and they travel there and they send the message, make the videos to the mentors, and in such a way the Ladakh classes are going on basically on WhatsApp.
That's
And
amazing.
using audio messages, both the emotions and instructions, both the can be shared with each other in between
Right.
mental friends.
That's right. Wow. That blows my mind. Like, I mean, on the students' part, there has to be so much motivation to learn.
Yes, and they
Um,
are very much passionate. Even we are also learning from them
mm,
how
that's
much
right.
they are.
Um, Sorry, this has been a very. um, so I'm curious. How was it like when you were doing the 5 day session there? It's not like a normal region where because it's at a high altitude. So how was it like for your team? And yeah, so tell us more. I mean, it's almost like a different culture, different world completely.
Yes, maybe even language also.
Yeah,
They
language also.
Yes, ma'am. And they took this as a challenge, and they also participated in Technovation. They made an app, Gurches. Gurches means translation, and
Mm,
they made an app which translates Hindi and English into their Bothi language, Ladakhi language, and vice versa.
mm.
And even they put their speech recognition also
Because
inside.
Google doesn't have that, right? Their language is
Yes.
so small that, I mean, yes, these big
And it's
translation
also
systems.
launched the app on the Play Store. That is Gurches.
Wow, they actually launched their app on the App Store.
Yes, yes.
Wow, that's amazing. When was this?
I think it was in 2018.
2018. That's amazing. The one that I saw was the one about access to clean water, I think.
Yes, there are many apps like Clean Water, Save, Clean Water is, and one is Vaginology. like cultivation of vegetables into
Mm,
winters.
I see.
This
Um,
courses app, and that one is Buddha app.
what is that about?
That basically students made an app using QR code, and in all the historical places of the Ladakh, they put
Mm.
that QR code, and when visitors go there, they scan the
Oh, that's cool.
QR code, and all the history of that historic places they can see and share like
That's
that.
amazing. Um, so, what has surprised you about how students have been learning through COVID, and what have you found has been some strategies that keeps them engaged online? Because it's not easy to learn online, especially when your internet access is so troublesome.
Basically the spirit of students of their learning, it was very much there are some stories that are very much surprised, like one student that is Aryan, he was in Delhi, but due to her father lost his job, and he went with family to his village in Uttar Pradesh, and there was no internet, very much poor internet, and the student made an antenna with a wooden stick and some copper wires, and he put it on the top of the his home roof, and he take the classes from there,
Mm.
and he made a video of all the process ki how came an idea ki if I will put an antenna, the signal will be more good.
Share the video with us. We
Yeah,
will
I
put
will
it. That'll be
definitely.
amazing.
Yes. So such type of stories was very much surprise for us.
That's amazing. I think that's the core of what we are trying to figure out. Like, how do you motivate students, and what? And I think some of it is being inspired by stories like this about students themselves, like others like themselves. Um, so, how has your own journey been as a champion for education? How did you come to start this and to spend so much of your time and energy in this?
So basically, all this started from the learning by doing approach. So we focus on learning by doing activities, and we came up with many challenges also, because the mindset of parents in India and even youth also, that is job seeker mindset, and we are trying to change the mindset from job seeker to job creators,
Mm,
and but at the connection with the students and the younger students, that is very much good, they are very much happy to do all these activities, but parents sometimes think ki it is only for entertainment, this
right.
hands activity and this kind of thing, but
You should be
after,
memorizing, doing your
yes,
tests.
the traditional way. But after sometimes when they see the results from the students, they are also
Mm,
very much happy, and basically students are helping in the business of their parents,
mm,
technically making their website and giving some solutions, ideas. So after some time that happens, and during this whole journey, especially for girls, we found some challenges of like everyone talking about girls empowerment, women empowerment. Then we came across an idea from few of our mentors, girls mentors, youth mentors, and they are they thought ki if girls empower India, everyone is talking about girls empowerment, but
mm,
girls are already empowered with so many skills they learn from the childhood, from the home, and they are having so much skills. So why we form a chapter, girls empowering New India using
mm,
STEAM? They form
mm,
a chapter Genius, Genius, girls empowering New India using
mm,
STEAM,
mm,
and many of girls in during lockdown also they are having daily meetings 8 to 9 p.m. They come together, learn together, work together, and help each
mm,
other,
mm,
and even they invite some leaders like you on their platform to talk, to get inspired and share the learning with others. So, in any all the challenges when we came across them, we try to convert those challenges into opportunities, and we found the way to work.
yeah, and I think that is the powerful part about going online. You can reach out to experts from any place in the world, right? Like,
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I of course would. I'm always happy to girls and to say that yeah, you just have to put in the work. You know, you've got
Thank
to
you.
meet
Thank
every day. If you meet every day, you have a regular routine, you'll do amazing stuff. So what was some challenges? I know like Steam Vision is you have classes where you charge a nominal fee, but a lot of your work is reaching out to underserved communities and a tremendous cost, right? Like you're flying to Ladakh, you're staying, and you're providing these programs for free. So, how has the journey been to build this organization? And where do you get the funding from? And what has been difficult?
Basically, all started from the contribution from Mr. Chandra Malik sir, and as he shared his own example, then we all also, as
Mm,
a team, we also thought that if we will do like him, self as a self-funded, like we mentor students to be self-educated,
mm,
and our social efforts should be self-funded. Therefore, everyone in our team, all the volunteers and all the youth members, they manage their finances of all the social outreach themselves. Even
mm,
students uh, take their own laptops and phones to the community outreaches
mm,
and provided to the students. And in lockdown also, there is very much big challenge of digital devices,
mhm,
because the students who are coming from humble background, they are not having such digital devices like laptops and
mhm,
internet phones, smartphones. Then we started laptop contribution drive, in which many of our private students contribute, their parents contributed the
mm,
laptops. Even from many areas we received the laptops, and we provided those laptops to those students, and then they able to take the classes. And we put the timing of the classes in early morning, because the internet data
I
is very
see.
much
Oh,
good at that time. And their parents, when go to some like someone is vegetable seller, someone is a rickshaw driver, but phone, only one phone in
mm,
family, they took the class, take the class in the morning, and
oh,
then the parents take the phone in their work, at their work.
mm. I mean, it's just amazing, right? Like how much drive children have to learn.
Yes.
Um, and I think I mean, many times I worry that when children have um, more resources, they don't value what they have, right? And maybe it's not just children; it's human nature too. So, how do you? What are your thoughts on encouraging children to volunteer and to think about others and to help others? How do you instead of just thinking I want this, I want this, I want to do this, and me, but how do you change that mindset?
Yes, ma'am. Basically, the journey of innovation or entrepreneurship is from I to V.
Hmm.
Like we generally discuss in the English me, me, and then we do yoga, Sirsasana, just
Mm-hmm.
opposite. Then it will become we. But the students who gets into volunteering, they also got many of credentials. Many of our students got
Mm,
credentials in their universities, their jobs, and
right. You
they
benefit.
they also get benefit.
Yeah.
And
So
especially when we talk about innovation, in innovation ideas, the students who has good resources, they find the ideas.
yeah.
But when they go to community outreaches, they feel the ideas with those students, and
Mm.
that is also a good point for them.
Yeah, for sure. I think definitely there's so much coming back, but my challenge is sometimes you've got to get started, right? Like how do you motivate children to think about and be kinder? So, what is your advice for education organizations to reach out to more underserved communities? I mean, I think what you are doing is unusual, right? Like going to such geographically far off regions. So, what is your advice?
Basically, we learn from them, and
Mm,
the same advice we want to share, that when we go to the underserved community, to in thinking we are giving something there, but we are taking back much in points of learning,
mm,
and we learn many things from them. And even like we are into the innovate, tinkering the students for innovation, they are already having some of that innovations
Mindset.
at their end to manage their challenges, but they don't know the stem behind
Mm,
those activities. So we
mm,
need to recognize those their own
mm,
innovative ways of solving their own challenges. We can recognize the stem behind them.
mm. So, what is one story, one of your favorite stories that inspired you last year and this year?
Uh, One of our student from Madhya Pradesh, her name is Devyani, and daily she tries to connect on our Zoom class, and almost 20 times she tries in 1 hour class, but she never lose her spirit of connecting, and her voice like ma'am, her voice is very much cracking, but even she's trying, and when once she got an opportunity to visit her relatives in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, there is good internet connectivity, and that day she explained all the things what she learned. We surprised ki how she is remembering everything what we discussed in the class, and she explained all the things, and she made a notebook and made all the notes, and on that day she explained all those notes.
That's amazing, amazing, um, and super inspiring. I mean, so much persistence. I think when the internet doesn't work, it's like the most frustrating thing ever.
Yes.
Um, that's amazing. So then, what is a one book that you think we should read that you recommend?
Basically, in our organization also, we are very much inspired from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and Swami
Mm,
Vivekananda.
mm.
And we recommend students also to study their biographies. And personally, the Wings of
Wings of
Fire,
Fire.
yes, on Dr. Abdul Kalam, and one is Todo Kara Todo in Hindi for Swami Vivekananda.
Mm,
That was written by Dr. Narendra Kohli, the novel on the Swami Vivekananda life, and that is very much inspirational. As Swami Vivekananda also said, the education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. And we also say that in the students, every student has some potential, and we
hmm.
need to put that potential into reality.
Yeah, totally right. Only when you have high expectations of someone does that person think that okay, yeah, I can do that, right? Without that, no, they're not going to rise. Um, so Dharam, what do you think? I mean, there's so many things that we can try to work on, so many people to help, so many problems to tackle. What do you think we should work on with intention this year?
So basically, as we discussed, many of people lost their parents and their businesses, their jobs. So we are very much focused on real-time entrepreneurship by students.
Mm,
Like one of our students, she also lost her father, and her brother is having difficulties in managing the business because he's not so much technical. Then she had to make an website and all the business on the just like Flipkart, Amazon, that type of stores, and that is real time entrepreneurship. And she is also running after helping her brother. She also coming with an idea of creating websites for other people also, and she
mm,
is running her own startup like design.critica.in. And she was also Technovation participant, and as an alumni she also mentored younger girls. And Technovation also put her photograph on about section on the
mm,
Technovation website. She's Pooja Khanna.
mm. That's amazing. So Dharam, if people want to help, how can they help? If we want to donate, if we want to, which organizations do we do, and how else can people want to mentor? How can we help?
As we are not an NGO, we are a private limited company. So we only want that the people who want to associate with us, one is they can give their time and they can share their skills, and even they can start their own chapters like us. We are very much open to share everything, our resources, our experiences, and our hands also if they can start in their own community.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the only way make a change, right? Like help each other and support what is already happening. Um, all right, Dharam, that was absolutely amazing to hear your stories of reaching children all across India and so far, right? So many across oceans as well. Do you have any last things you want to share?
Just we all can come together and work together to inspire the next generation of innovators and entrepreneurs to make a big difference in the world, to make the world better.
Yeah. And I think the thing that surprises me is that these children grow up so fast. And in a few years, they're adults and they're actually part of the pa- being part of us, helping us to take this forward, right? Um, all right, Dharam, thank you so much for sharing all
Thank
those
you.
those amazing stories, and good luck on your journey and all the best. I hope we are able to bring more resources, more mentors to your students. So, thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.